Alright, so this is a creation I made. I've made one of these before, but it was old and broken and kind of too big. I didn't really have a good idea what I was doing when I made it. So I've remade it. It's a trailer bike. We have this little BMX bike here, and then we have another BMX bike behind it. Now this BMX bike here had a bent fork. You can see where the paint's chipped off there. The fork is actually, this is actually the back half of the fork. I have it flipped around backwards. And it's just bolted on right here, and you have the little hook that holds the front wheel on the bike, the original bike, hooked on here. And you can see I have two bolts on there. That's so this one tightens it down, the first one, but as you drive along it flexes here. So this second bolt is to hold that one from getting looser. And other than that, the front bike is completely unmodified. The back bike is obviously not unmodified. You have to bend the front fork out that way for it to accept the bigger back wheel, because the back wheel is wider than the front wheel. And then the back fork will just bend itself in when you tighten the front wheel on it. It doesn't have brakes yet, but I'm going to do trailer brakes, and I still have to get rid of the pedals and everything. You can see it has a kickstand, and it doesn't actually need kickstands to stand up. See, it's just, you just kind of crook it at an angle and it stays up by itself. To attach to this toolbox here on the front, this is a nut that held the handlebars on, and I just sawzalled the handlebars off so the nut was sticking up through, and I punched a hole in the sheet metal at the bottom of this toolbox and put where the handlebars would attach through, tightened it down with the nut that held the handlebars on. And then to attach the wagon body, this is just a shell off of a Radio Flyer wagon. I put a piece of angle iron here that's bolted there and there to the body, and then this big bolt here bolts the angle iron down through a hole I drilled in the frame. You can see the bolt there. And that's basically all there is to it. They're really easy to build, and if you ride bikes, you know, over long distances on trails where you keep a backpack or something, you could build one out of a mountain bike, which is what I originally had. But I don't do much mountain biking anymore, so I just built a smaller one that I can take on trails and stuff, or not trails, but take it flea markets and around town and stuff if I don't have the car. Now, one problem that you're probably going to run into is when I cut the seat post down, and then that made the tire stick up more than the frame, so the wagon body would rub on the tire. But I made room for it by taking the handlebars off of a different bike that I just some bars I had laying around, and this is the part that you see sticking up here with this flat piece. That would normally, that's this piece right here off a bike. Now the one that I took is a little different than this one. It's the flat one with 4 Allen screws. I just took the Allen screws off and dropped it down the seat post, and there's no bolt holding it in there, but it goes down maybe to here inside, and the wagon body won't lift up that high, so that'll stay in there until you unbolt the one at the front, and then you can take it all apart. And yeah, that's basically it. I just used an old bald tire I had on the back because it doesn't need any tread. It's just there to hold up the dead weight. So if you have any questions, leave your comments below. Thanks for watching.